Rolls-Royce Phantom III $121,000. In 1964's Goldfinger, the Rolls-Royce Phantom in question wasn't technically a Bond car. It was actually driven by the villain, Goldfinger, and was a pretty pristine piece of engineering back in the day, and still is. This example sold at auction way back in 1986, where it fetched only $121,000. If the current owner decides to put it up for auction anytime in the near future, it could be closer to the top of this list. BMW Z8 Roadster replica $136,660. The BMW Z8 has the unique distinction as being one of the few non-British cars Bond has driven in his over 50 years on screen. BMW was the go-to Bond brand for part of Pierce Brosnan's run as 007, and several vehicles were featured in GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and this Z8 from the world is not enough. But that doesn't make it any less unique. Since BMW was not yet in production of the Z8, the German marque sent over a shell of the vehicle to the prop shop, where they then dropped a Chevy V8 in it for the film. Two cars were built, one destroyed in filming, the other selling for £85,250, $136,660, at auction in 2012. Lotus Esprit $165,445. No, this one doesn't swim. But it is one of two fully driving Lotus Esprit used for 1977's The Spy Who Loved Me, and 1981's For Your Eyes Only. It featured a rocket launcher button on the gear shifter, along with a few other features that were later removed by Lotus and returned to stock. In 2008, this car crossed the Bonhams auction block in London, where it sold for £111,500, $165,445. Lotus Esprit Turbo $172,000. In the 1981 film For Your Eyes Only, Bond revived his love for Lotus with a handsome copper Esprit Turbo. It really was the skis on top that sealed the deal for enthusiasts, and in 2009, it sold at the Coy's auction in London for a respectable $172,000. Aston Martin V12 vanquished $221,920. The first of the two Aston Martin V12 vanquishes comes from 2002's Die Another Day. They follow in a long heritage of Bond Aston Martins, and this was the first Aston Martin Bond had driven in over 15 years. This particular V12 Vantage went home with one lucky new owner for £210,500, $221,920. Aston Martin V12 vanquished $337,630. In the same year, in the same film, Die Another Day, another version of the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish crossed the block at Bonhams in London, where it went home for slightly more than the one before it, £210,500, $337,630. Aston Martin DBS $390,700. In 2008's Quantum of Solace, Bond once again was behind the wheel of a large and lovely Aston Martin with a V12 under the hood. This time, it was the DBS, and like all the Bond vehicles before it, it was fitted with a number of spy special features. This one landed at Christie's in London, where it sold for £241,250, $390,700.